Today, I am going to be testing the newly released Claude Code code review, which just released from Anthropic. This is a new feature that is only accessible for team users, meaning that you have to buy, by minimum, the $125 Claude Code Team plan to be able to access this. So I did that this morning. I bought the $125 team plan so that I could test this so that you don't have to. Okay, so the first thing that we have to do, and just note that I have not yet tested or configured this yet, so you guys are going to get my raw organic thoughts. But I'm over in my organization settings here inside of Claude, and all I have to do here is you can see Claude Code Review here. Let Claude review pull requests for your repositories on GitHub. So I'm going to click configure on this, and it looks like I have to connect this to GitHub. Okay, let me connect this to GitHub and then I'll be right back. All right, so I just configured Claude Code Review, and I also did connect my GitHub, so you can see here that it does look like this is all connected. And what I want to do now is I want to show you guys, I'm not going to use this in some like goofy flight simulator or some stupid example. I'm going to use this in actual production workflows. So I want to show you guys what it is that we're working on. If you guys are unfamiliar with BridgeMind, go check out bridgemind.ai. We just launched BridgeSpace, which is the future of agentic development environments. So if we go to bridgemind.ai, I want to show you BridgeSpace. So with BridgeSpace, this is one of the core products in the BridgeMind suite of agentic coding tools. So BridgeSpace, you guys can check it out at bridgemind.ai, but basically what you're able to do is create workspaces in swarms of AI agents. So you have two options, BridgeSpace and BridgeSwarm. BridgeSpace is a workspace, like a traditional workspace of AI agents for you to be able to do multi-agent orchestration. And then for BridgeSwarm, that's where the swarms of agents are actually able to communicate with one another. So if you guys are unfamiliar with that, go check it out at bridgemind.ai. But we're actually going to be working on a very particular feature inside of BridgeMind, and it's actually a unique one. So if you go to bridgemind.ai and you go to company and you go to careers, we are currently looking to hire for 3 positions: clippers, video editors, and most importantly, vibe coders. As you guys know, it is my belief that agentic coders are far more capable than traditional coders that just code line by line. This is my belief. BridgeMind will not be hiring any traditional coders. We're not interested in traditional coders. We're only interested in agentic coders or vibe coders. Same thing. But what I want to show you guys is I do have an issue here on this form, and I want to show it to you guys. So if I just do, just an example here, let's drag and drop a PDF as anybody would for a resume. Let's just drop this PDF in, and I'm going to open this up, and we're going to submit this application, and it's going to submit the application. But the problem that we're having is that there's a 400 error that we're getting on this. Okay, so what I want to do is we're going to test this out and see if Claude Code Code Review can figure out this persistent bug that we're getting. So let's launch CleanShot X so I can get a screenshot tool here, and let's now screenshot all of this. And what I'm going to do is, for context engineering sake, I'm going to kind of do a highlight here and then a highlight right here so it knows. And one of the biggest things when you are doing basically what can be referred to as context engineering, which is one of the key skills of the future, is that you have to be able to know what is needed to provide the context for AI agents. That's one of the tools of the future. So what we're going to do now is we are going to now submit this prompt into Claude, the app, because that's basically what they recommend. Is they recommend that you use the Claude app. That's just what was shown in the demo. So we're going to use it just the way that they demoed it with, so that we can really put Claude Code Code Review to the test. But we've submitted this prompt, so I said, I want you to do an in-depth review of this page. For some reason, I'm getting a 400 error when I'm trying to submit my application. Would you do an in-depth review? And let's zoom in a little bit. Can I zoom in? Okay, whoa, zoomed in way too far there. Okay, so it looks like this is now running. So it has a ton of stuff. I'll always allow, always allow, always allow, always allow. Come on. So I want you, basically it's going to do an in-depth review of this and try and solve this bug. It's launching these agents, but I'm going to let this think for a little bit, and then we'll see what happens. We'll let it do its pull request, and then we'll test what the actual code review feature is, because I think the code review feature, it doesn't happen when you're actually coding. It happens when you actually make the pull request. So I'm going to let this finish up. This is my prompt. This is what we're going to be testing it with, but let's see if it's able to solve this issue that we're having, and I'll come back to you guys when we're ready to do the pull request. All right, guys, so I just want to share a little bit of this. So if you look up at the time, it's currently 10:25 a.m., and I've actually been trying to get this to work for about the past 30 to 45 minutes. I'm getting a little bit frustrated because, guys, I actually am having a hard time getting this working. And I want to show you a little bit about what I've done so far. And first of all, this Claude app is not good. If you look here, this has literally just been loading. I'm trying to get this on, it's on the Claude Code review test, and I'm trying to even just submit a prompt, and it won't submit a prompt. So if we go here, the code review, I literally installed, I enabled it inside of the BridgeMind repo. So if you guys look at this, you can see that I have Claude installed over 1 hour ago. And you can see that it's literally hooked up to all my code repositories. And what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to get the Claude Code review to like kick off. All right, so this is what I've been doing. So if we go to pull requests, I've been making a pull request, and you can see this is the fix for the 400 error on the job application. And Claude did not get kicked off. You can see though that the Claude bot did react. I did at Claude, what do you think, right? And I did this, and you can see that it reacted with the eyes emoji, but then it didn't do anything. So this is the commit that I made. I at Claude, I made then a comment, and I did at Claude in the comment. So I've literally been working on this for like 30 to 45 minutes. I'm not doing anything wrong. This is just an issue on Claude's end. I mean, let's go back to this new session. Can we get this to work? Because I don't know if it's like, hey, maybe it's just that, I mean, what is going on? Like, I can't even submit this prompt. So my theory is, hey, maybe it needs to be hooked up just like genuinely to the cloud branch. Do you guys see what I mean? Like, does it need to be hooked up to the cloud branch? But it's like, I can't even submit a prompt. I mean, this is the buggiest app that I've worked with, and this is why I use BridgeSpace, is because I don't have these problems inside of BridgeSpace, okay? That's why I use BridgeSpace. I literally can't use this app. Try to submit this prompt, it won't submit the prompt. So I'm not doing anything wrong. I've literally been working on this for, what a waste of time, you know? And to be honest with you guys, it's frustrating because it's like, hey, at the end of the day, this is a very similar feature to Greptile and to CodeRabbit. If you guys are familiar with those are also PR review tools. And Claude Code is just not doing it for me. Like I'm trying my best, guys. Like I'm trying right now. And I mean, do we need to just quit Claude? And let's try quitting and then restarting. Let's try this again. Let's quit and then restart and see if maybe it just needs to refresh. But it's just it's frustrating because as a real vibe coder, as a real agentic coder, hey, I can't use this in my workflow. I can't use the Claude app in my actual vibe coding workflow because it just it doesn't work. Enable for this session. This isn't working right now. You can try again later. What are you even talking about? Like, so I'm a little bit frustrated. The feature doesn't work. So I don't know if I should even upload this video or not. I'm probably just going to upload it to share it because, hey, this is my test. I just spent over $125 to test this feature and I can't use it. So I may use this on stream. I may give it a test, but you know, it's just frustrating that, hey, I just spent all this money to test this feature and it's not even working. You know, you can see that, hey, if we refresh this and you can literally look at here, what do you think? It just reacted and then it didn't do anything, right? It didn't respond. So Greptile and CodeRabbit are other competitors in this space. It seems to me like Claude is trying to compete in that code review space. If we go back to the original X post that Claude posted, like here's what they say about it. Agents search for bugs in parallel, verify each bug to reduce false positives and rank bugs by severity. You get one high signal summary comment plus inline flags. We've been running this on most PRs at Anthropic, results after months of testing. Basically PRs with substantial review comments went from 16% to 54%. Under 1% of findings are marked incorrect by engineers. On large PRs over 1,000 plus lines, 84% service findings average 7.5 issues each. Code review optimizes for depth and may be more expensive than other solutions like our open source GitHub Action. Reviews genuinely average $15 to $25, build on token usage, and they scale based on PR complexity. So, you know, I have tokens in my API account. This should be working. It's just not. So I don't know what else to say, guys. I've tried. The feature doesn't work, and maybe we'll try it on stream. But this was just an authentic review. Like, hey, I can't use Claude Code. What do you want me to say? I can't use your app. So this is why I'm using BridgeSpace. There we go. Oh my gosh. There we go, Chad. It finally went off. It finally started. So, is this gonna go? Is this gonna work, chat? Let's review. All right, guys. So I just tried this one more time, and yeah, this just isn't working. We'll pull up the GitHub branch again and see. Let's refresh. Let's go to pull request. Here it is. Here's the PR, and still just nothing from Claude. So I'm a little bit frustrated. I've basically wasted my whole morning trying to work with this feature. So that's gonna wrap it up for this video. A little bit frustrated there. Not gonna BridgeMind approve that model. What a mess. So with that being said, terrible review here for Claude Code review. We'll maybe try it again later on stream or something like that. But so far, double thumbs down for me. Totally waste of my time, waste of my money. Very upset about this. Claude, please fix this. I mean, just wasted my morning. So I'm a little bit upset, but with that being said, don't use Claude Code review, and I will see you guys in the future.